of us, the worst moment of every day goes something like this. That noise marks our daily return from the mysterious world that we call sleep. We spend a third of our lives asleep, yet other than the odd snapshot of a dream here and there, most of us have no idea what happens after we close our eyes. Luckily, we're in good company, because there's also a lot scientists don't know about sleep too. For a long time, it was just something that happened. Everyone assumed that our brains were hitting the reset button and just turning off for a while. But in the past few decades, it's become clear that sleep might be the single most important behavior that humans and other animals experience. So what is sleep for? In short, we're not really sure, but we know it's essential to life. Animals deprived of sleep for a long enough time will have seizures and can literally die from exhaustion. Plus, a whopping 15% of our genes are linked to circadian rhythms. Still, there's no consensus on exactly why our bodies need sleep. We're definitely less active at night, but considering we only burn about 100 fewer calories while sleeping, it's not a very good energy-saving strategy overall. We definitely do a lot of cellular repair, protein synthesis, and general biological upkeep while we're in dreamland, but it's not like we don't do that stuff when we're awake, too.
Why we dream. What's going on inside our brains? The scientific study of dreaming is called Oneirology, and for most of history it didn't really exist because you can't hold a dream. It's difficult to measure a dream. You can't taste it. You can't see other people's dreams. And if you ask them to tell you what they dreamt, the results are almost always unreliable. In fact, it's estimated that we forget 95% of the dreams we have, especially within the first 10 minutes of having them. But that's kind of the cool thing about dreams. Think of it like this. Here is the Eagle Nebula, a giant structure in outer space 6,500 light years away. But despite its distance, we pretty much know what it's made out of. We know that it's 100 trillion kilometers tall. We know what caused it, and we know where it's going to be in 750 million years. But last night, I had dreams, and no one really knows why or for what reason.
Dream is about coming from your own experience that come from the past life or in the present life. Most of the dream has divided into the karmic dream, and the one is the wisdom dream. So karmic dream, always we know that every single day we are having something. Every night where you are sleeping, you are having a dream. Those are the karmic dream. And wisdom dream, that sometimes in the daytime, even you are not slept, and you will feel something that you are not in the real life, but you are falling kind of the dreaming that you are totally into the different place, and you have such a feeling and such an experience that beyond the present your own experience life. So those are actually also made from yourself. We are very much believe on those are the wisdom dream. Not necessarily dream must be come into during your sleep in our tradition. Dream can be while you are alive, while you are not asleep, and also in the sleeping time. So most of the lucid dream is that while you are dreaming about the life without any sleep, also in the sleep, that in the dream that you will see so many different people. You will travel into the nice place, or you're also having a different kind of the experience that you may feel that I have done in the past time, or I've done, or I met this person in the sometimes, but you never remember and you have no idea where you met those people and where you done these things. Those are the lucid dream. Main point is here, how we can, our real daily life experience combined into the lucid dream. That is the main point. We have always separation of our dream and our own reality experience. In our traditional lucid dream or the dream or our real experience, always trying to combine, and it is the path, it is the journey of how we can get into our peace mind. So that Ra, La, Sha, Sa can help you how to bring your own mind within the you, then that can increase your lucid dream into your real life. That is our very short system about the lucid dream and how to get into the lucid dream. And once you have a lucid dream, then you will feel such a different than what is the karmic dream. Karmic dream is always, it is the negative side. But lucid dream is always from the wisdom. And lucid dream can bring you more peace, more happy into your life. If you have more time with your lucid dream is the wisdom. Lucid dream is like a medicine that always brings you more happy, more joy, that can releasing your all the stress. So we are Buddhists and born, we are trying to releasing our stress and the fears. That lucid dream is the one point of the how to release and how to gain your wisdom. That
is the reality we live in, the actual reality? But what is reality? Could we say it is what we detect with our senses or with the help of technology? But if we would say so, then what about the period when microorganisms were not known? They were real at the time, of course, even though they were not acknowledged. And what about our sky? Does it look like this? Or like this? Perhaps like this? Or this? It turns out that all of these are real pictures of the exact same region of the sky, but the cameras used to take them captured different wavelengths of the electromagnetic spectrum. But would a non-informed person consider this our real sky? I'd say most probably not. So we see that defining reality is not so easy. But I must say that it's obvious. Not only kids have out-of-body experiences, as adults we can have them too. This is a natural phenomena, a phenomena that can be, it seems, arguably learned and developed. So it's not only special people who can have it. But the problem here is, how do we go about studying this type of phenomena with true scientific spirit? To start with, we must stop just dismissing the phenomena or saying there's something wrong with the person because these are not conventional perceptions. And we must acknowledge that there may be facts about human manifestation that we don't know or understand. And we must search for explanations with no presumptions or preconceived ideas. So far, most of the academic research has been dedicated to the study of the so-called physical world, which is of essential importance, of course, and must be the first step. However, if we even consider the possibility of the existence of a reality that is subtler than this one, but just as real, even though it may escape our regular senses, we must find ways to research it. If OBEs allows the direct observation of it, then maybe until proper technology is developed, OBEs are the natural tools because they would allow researchers to witness this reality and verify its possible interaction with ours. If we were ever to get to this point, let's imagine we could have this type of research. What sort of consequences that would bring to science? Well, this knowledge could bring very useful insights into many different domains of scientific research, from medicine to physics. In turn, this could promote a scientific view that would acknowledge us as our individuality as individuals, as consciousnesses that exist beyond the brain, which would encourage the integration of variables and factors that are not strictly physical into the scientific process. So, for example, medicine. Medicine could benefit from learning or identifying when these more subtle elements could be interfering with patients' health, or maybe inexplicably curing them. Physics. Physics could examine phenomena and their outcome, taking matter and energy into consideration from a multidimensional perspective. But the thing is, at this point, we could wonder, but why bother? Why bother at all to study them? If science is about understanding ourselves and the universe, or pursuing knowledge of the natural world, then verifying this reality could enlighten us about what we and the world actually are. And in turn, this could maybe change the core paradigm upon which our society and knowledge are based. The first conclusion, I guess, logical one, natural one, is we are not only this body. This idea may refer us or make us think about to the hypothesis that we do not cease to exist at the point of death. But please understand, I'm not saying this so you take this to be your truth. I'm just saying what is my relative truth at this moment and how I deal with this reality or what I think about it. Also, although this tends to give us a sense of tranquility and peace of mind, at the same time, it kind of gives us an urge or desire to take meaningful steps in our lives so that when we finish this life, at the end of it, we look back and we feel that we have accomplished the greater goal that we had always had. I also observed that there is some sort of maybe multidimensional energies that interconnect us all. This notion tends to make us think about the consequences of our actions and eventually leads to the realization that being ethical really matters. These are not only my conclusions, because research on OBE and near-death experiences points to the same results. But what would be the social implications if we had a society in which the majority of the individuals would know about this, but know for a fact, based on their experiences, not just following a set of rules, know that the world is not purely physical? What would this imply? If we just conclude from what we discussed, probably they would polish their personal principles, mind the lasting effects or consequences of their actions, forming a society with greater humanitarian and planetary concerns, where goals would be more than only becoming wealthier, maybe more about altruism. And while I have a few seconds left, let me propose that we let our minds run free for a moment and conjecture. Would we one day evolve from Homo sapiens to Homo projectius? Meaning we would become individuals who would, or beings, who would naturally project outside of our bodies, having also some sort of multidimensional awareness. Well, that's an intriguing thought.